Hello, lifers. Welcome back to the Live the Life podcast. I'm your host, Eric Aroka. I can't believe it's a brand new year, 2026. Dang. And we still don't have flying cars. So disappointed in that. So disappointed. When I was a young lad watching the Jetsons, for those of you who are millennials, the Jetsons were an awesome cartoon about the future, and everybody had flying cars, and it was the greatest and latest technology. So by 2026, we all thought we would have flying cars, and just highly disappointed. The best we can do is an electric car. So, what happened to my drink? You have it over there? All right. So, I can't believe it's a brand new year. Man, 2025 just flew by. And I think same thing's gonna happen in 2026. How you doing, Soph? Good. She's doing good. All right, that's great. Let's see. What else is? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Can't lie. Doing all right. Anything you want to cover before we get started? Besides the Chiefs sucking, she's a big, she's a big Chiefs fan, or shall I say, Taylor Swift fan. She likes cheering for Mr. Swift. So and I do too. I can't lie. Andy Reid. I'm a huge fan of Andy Reid. So go Andy. But let's see. The Bears are in the playoffs. Yay! The Bears. They're playing Saturday against our heated rival. Heated. Hated. Our hated rival, the Green Bay Packers. Oh, I don't like Green Bay. Ugh. Sorry. Last time they played, oh my gosh. The Bears? Last time they played? Yeah, oh my gosh. What an epic game. So I'm excited for Saturday. Hopefully the Bears can pull it off. That would be awesome. All the way to the Super Bowl, baby. All right. Did you have a good Christmas? I did have a good Christmas. Do you want to? Oh, you guys want to see what Alexi. You guys wanna see me calling my daughters the wrong name? There you go. Here's what Sophie got me. One of the things that she got me, she actually got me AirPods. She did. Like nice. Anyway, she got me this. Can you see it? Yeah. Motley Crue album, double LP. There's the boys. I'm a huge Crue fan, so Motley Crue all the way. And it came with a bunch of stickers, so I just put one on my mug. Thought that was very cool. They're all different fonts and from all their albums over the years. Very cool. So Motley Crue from the beginning. It's very cool. Very, very cool. Haven't even listened to it yet because I don't have a record player. Wait till next Christmas. Wait till next Christmas. All right, let's put her back up there. It's funny to think that I used to have all the albums, and I had stacks and stacks and stacks of albums, and I got rid of them all over the years when DVDs came out or CDs came out. So it is what it is. Technology takes over. But let's see. I think that's all. I don't think we have anything else to cover. New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. We're, I think, almost 2 weeks in. Not quite 2 weeks in. But Happy New Year to all of you out there. Hope all of your dreams come true. Next week on the podcast, we will actually be talking a little bit about New Year's resolutions and what a crock of crap they are. So stay tuned for that one. You won't want to miss it. But for today, we're going to be talking about living the life. So throughout 2025, I got a little bit of feedback from people, and I don't know if these are like regular listeners, if they heard the term live the life in passing, or where their experience with the live the life concept where they're at in that experience. But the feedback was that that's easy to say, um, and some people were even taken aback by the fact that I would say live the life, maybe even through kind of some hard, difficult moments. But so I think we need to take a step back. And since it is a brand new year, um, let's just take a step back and think about what that means. So to kick things off, oh, I can't. I have to wait till my phone dies. Oh no, I have a picture of it. I'm going to show you guys a picture. Maybe I'll pull it up on my thing too. So all right. So every year I choose a new phrase. It's kind of a common theme, right? There's a lot of people that will like choose a word that they kind of use that word to help motivate them or to keep them in check and to keep them focused for whatever throughout the year. So the one word theme is very prevalent, very popular amongst people. Is that for you too, like people that you follow? So I've even had one word things in the past. My first one word. Do you remember what yours was? Courage. Ooh, that's good. Mine was love. Ooh. And that was right when I was coming off my illness, and I didn't die, so I was super grateful, and I was feeling lovely or loving. So love was my word that year. But aside from that, every year I kind of pick a phrase, and you guys know I'm a little bit of a nerd. Well, maybe not a little bit, maybe a lot. But I started taking some college classes this year through Hillsdale College. I will put a link in the description. You guys can go check out what Hillsdale is all about. But they have X amount of courses that they make available to the general public at $0. How much, Sophie? Zero, double zeros. So at no cost to the public. And what a great service Hillsdale College is providing. So you can take classes on the Constitution. They have an incredible class on Genesis, right? They have one for fine arts. I think it's a fine arts painting class or something like that. So there's that. I'm taking, and I'm kind of smack dab in the middle of the rise and fall of the Roman Republic. So I've been on a Roman Republic kick for a while, for several years. In fact, Sophie, do you remember that trend that was going on?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was asking like a man in your life how often they think about the Roman Empire.
So asking a man in their life. This was generated by women, right? So this was generated by women. This was very popular on TikTok and even on, I think, Instagram and things like that. But a woman or a female would ask a male counterpart how many times they think about the Roman Empire, just to see what they would say. And so Sophie thought, I'm going to try it on my dad. Was it Celia? So my other daughter decided to try it out on me. She asked me, and what did I say? 6 times, like 5 or 6 times a day. I'm like 5 or 6 times a day, and she kind of thought I was joking, but I really wasn't. Like to this day, I think about the Roman Empire all the time. If I look at a building that has incredible architecture, I think about the Roman Empire. If I think of great roads, I think about the Roman Empire. If I think about uh, construction, if I think about not so much astronomy, but um, calendars, if I'm thinking about what else, warfare, if I'm thinking about um, philosophy, literature. I mean, the Roman Empire, y'all, it's where it's at. So it's always on my mind. So, gosh, what a we just. So let me get back to what I was saying, and that was that every year I pick a phrase, and it just happens to be in Latin. Just put on the brakes. Oh my gosh, it's a new year. but things don't change around here at all. All right, so I pick a phrase. It happens to be in Latin, for my love of the Roman Empire. This year, and I associate it with a picture, and then I just write the phrase on the picture, and it's on my phone, it's on my wallpaper, on my background, so I see it a million times a day, and it's just a reminder to me to live by those principles or to live by that phrase. This year, it's live the life, but in Latin, it's Vive Vitam. So that's what it looks like. Can you see it? Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay. So that's what it is. So a long way to get to live the life, essentially, right? So what is live the life? Live the life is really all about just having um, a focus about what you're trying to accomplish. It's about being grateful for not only when things are going well in your life, because it's really easy to be grateful. It's really easy to have a good attitude when things are all aligned and everything is going your way. But it's another thing entirely to be grateful for your trials, for your tribulations, for your hardships, for when you fail, when you fall flat on your face. It's hard to be thankful for those things. And oftentimes we're not thankful for those things because it causes us pain, discomfort, embarrassment, shame, whatever. And so we're rarely thankful for those things. But it's this is just a reminder that live the life, that's what the Live the Life podcast is all about. It's learning how to live a principled life so that those principles or values, if you will, can guide you through those difficult times, because those difficult times are going to come. They are going to happen in your life, but living a principled life or living by a set of values, core values, can certainly help steer the ship in the right direction, and give you comfort, give you confidence in moving forward, even through those stormy periods of our lives. So that's live the life. So I'm not really sure why people got a little bent out of shape about live the life concept, but I just want you to know that I don't say live the life flippantly. I don't say it without meaning. When I say live the life, I truly mean go out and live your best life. Go out and live it. Time is of the essence. We are on this earth, but for a small moment in the big picture. So live your life to the fullest. Um, do the things that you want to do. Accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. And we'll talk more about that next week. So I don't want to get down that path because I'll never come back to where we're at. So as I was thinking about this, I was thinking about times in my life where I have come across people who have been a great example to me about living the life. So one of those people is, let's see, his name. I don't actually know him, but I heard the story through a good friend because it's her nephew, and it's Jared Von Baker. So, if you've never heard of Jared Von Baker, he was a teenager, and I will put his link on in the description so you guys can go check it out because it's a wonderful, wonderful story, and I may not do it justice, but the link is at Fight with Team Jared. So at Fight with Team Jared, you can go to that link and get all the information about Jared and his fight that he fought so bravely. So I'm going to read this to you. This is from his aunt, who just happens to be a very good friend of mine, Jody Orgil Brown. And for some of you who are regular lifers, have probably remember that name. She is the one that came on a few episodes ago. Do you want to check what episode that was for Jody? Oh, she can't check. Anyway, I will put the episode in the description as well. But she talked to us about how to live a great life, right? And she's the one that had the brain tumor, our brain tumor survivor, and she was incredible. That was such a fun and heartfelt episode. Still love listening to that one. That's a good one. Anyway, so this is her story on a post that she did on LinkedIn, and not LinkedIn, on Instagram. And so I'll just read this for you. So she starts off by saying, "My nephew, Jared Baker, son of David Baker and Tammy, started fighting lymphoma at the young age of 9." Can't even imagine that. In the next 7 years, he underwent more treatments and surgeries than anyone should endure. But he fought with strength, humor, light, and love. In his last days of life, while he was hospitalized and struggling himself, he reached out to friends and asked if there was anything he could do for them. He focused outward and made the world a better place with his presence and care. In his last few months, he took money that had been raised for him and bought gifts for teachers and friends. Jared is the bravest person I've ever known. Today, this week, this month, will you channel your best inner Jared and do something nice for someone else? Help us bring joy for Jared so his family knows that his legacy lives on. Please report back and let me know. Oh, anyway, what an incredible story. Will you give me that piece of paper that's on my desk, so I have a little bit more information on there. So he was diagnosed with lymphoma at the age of 9, and then he had some treatment, and then he went into remission for a couple of years. And then at 15, um, the lymphoma came back. And this is basically when he's a sophomore in high school. And so when it says on there, they had a um, oh, what you call it, a fundraiser. They did a fundraiser for him, and they raised $4,000. And this is a period of time that's kind of hard, right? Because when you're 15, and I'm pretty sure he lived in Utah, and as Utah kids, 15, we're getting our learner's permits, and we're getting ready to drive and have our licenses by the time we're 16. So many of his friends would come to the hospital. They have their learner's permits, and they're driving and practicing, and he is stuck in a hospital fighting cancer. And although he got to practice a few times, he never was healthy enough to be able to get out there and get his learner's permit, and let alone his license. So his third bout was when he was about 16, and then he passed away about 3.5 months before his 17th birthday. And basically, as it was explained to me, and if I get this wrong, I apologize. But he didn't actually die from the lymphoma itself. What he passed away from was that in order for him to fight the lymphoma one more time, he needed to get a bone marrow transplant, and his body simply rejected the bone marrow transplant, and he passed away. So, um, just incredible. That is just such an incredible story. I just love that story so much. And when Jody posted again um, just a few days ago about this, it just reminded me of the initial post and the first time I heard this story. One of the cool things is he had this fundraiser. He had this 4K, right, and he wanted to do something nice for friends and other people. So he bought some cool shoes, I believe, for one of the teachers at his school. Like, I don't know what kind of shoes they were. I'm sure they weren't like dress shoes or anything, but I'm sure they were like some really nice kicks or something, right? But what a great attitude, what a great mentality, what a great way to just see life. Now, I think it's also important to point out to you that Jody made it a point for me to or she made it a point to tell me that Jared was a normal teenager and he was also a normal kid. And so I take from that is that, what, he probably didn't have a good attitude all the time, and that there were probably times where he acted like a normal teenager, probably to his siblings, and he was a normal kid, and he had his ups and downs and all of those things. But in the end, he realized life is about people. It's not about what's going on with us, but rather what is going on with others. And if you make it about people and you turn outward, and I think when I read this message again a few days ago, the word that really stuck out to me in Jody's post was when she said that Jared turned outward. And I thought that's what it is. Because we can get so self-absorbed and so caught up in our own trials, in our own battles, and regardless of what it is, right? It could be unemployment, it could be mental health issues, it could be your physical health. What else is there? I don't know. There's a plethora of different things that could go wrong. You could be in a car accident. You could lose a loved one. There's so many things and so many things that that come our way, and we can get so caught up in what's happening to us or the people around us that we forget to turn outward. We forget that life is really not about us. That life is really about other people and how we see other people and how we serve other people. So I hope that you guys will take a great cue there from Jared and turn outward. Turn outward. Forget about your problems for a moment, because I think that if you turn outward, that you'll see that your problems really aren't that bad, right? Somebody else has it worse, and I just think as bad as Jared had it, because I think he had it pretty bad. I think if you're a 9-year-old kid battling lymphoma all those years, what is that? 7 years? 7 years of battling lymphoma. I think you've got it pretty bad. I think you kind of dealt a bad hand. But he turned outward, and the important thing about that is that there is somebody else out there who had it even worse than Jared. So always keep that in mind. Turn outward, because it helps you to forget about your own problems and you put the focus on other people and how you can love them and how you can serve them. Early in my life, not early in my teenage years, I had a there was a couple, Paula and Steve Harrison, and they were amazing. They were almost like a second set of parents to me. He happened to be like a little bit of like a church youth leader for me in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter Day Saints, and I looked at them as a kind of like a second set of parents. They were pretty awesome people, and I visited them all the time. I was always over at their house playing with their kids, and Paula would make awesome food, so I was always over there stuffing my face, and it was just great. And Steve was just a really cool guy. I mean, he was just one of those, like, he was from California, he was from Southern California, kind of had like that, a little bit of like that surfer vibe, and he was just a cool guy. And so he was just cool to hang out with, listen to his stories growing up, and it was just a lot of fun. But I visited them all the time. And as I grew up and as I got older, um, I continued going over there. In fact, I was married and had kids, and I would, on my way home from work, sometimes I would stop in at their house. I would even stop by unannounced. They would always welcome me in, and we could just shoot the bull and kind of catch up. And it was amazing. It was so amazing. Um, so several years later, I don't even know what year it was, to be honest. My family and I, my kids and my wife, we had taken them on a vacation to San Diego, and it was a blast. Loved San Diego, so shout out to San Diego. And we were having a great time. And on the way home, I got a call from my sister Karen, who also has been on the podcast. And Karen told me, she asked me if I'd heard the bad news, and I was like, no, like, just tell me what's going on. And she told me that the Paula Harrison had passed away, and I was shocked by that news, and I got all choked up, and I was all emotional, and I'm trying to drive, uh, and wiping tears from my eyes, and gosh, I just felt so sick about it. But the thing that really got to me was I asked her, I said, "Well, what happened? Like how did she pass away, or like what was the deal?" And she said, "Oh, she was battling cancer for the fourth time, breast cancer, and this time she couldn't fight it any longer, and they couldn't do anything apparently, and so she had passed away from the effects of breast cancer." But I was so shocked by that news, and the reason why, not that she would have breast cancer, because I mean you hear about that all the time, but the shocking thing for me was that it was the fourth time she battled breast cancer. And how many times had I talked to her on the phone or visited them at their house? Or there were times where she even came to our house for big family events for our kids and things. And she never, ever once mentioned that she was battling cancer. Not once. So I was totally floored by that. And I thought, there is somebody else who turned outward, because she made every visit about me. She made every visit about finding out about what I was up to, how my job was going, how my kids were, how Selena was, and what she was up to, and what my parents were doing. Outward. She never once made it about her and what she was going through. And I would obviously ask her, "How are you doing? How are things with you and your family?" And she would always say, "Oh, great. I'm doing good." She would tell me what she was up to, and she would kind of run down her kids and tell me what they were all doing, and what was going on with Steve and his life. And I just thought, wow, that has been such a great example to me over the years, that it has reminded me to turn outward, to make it about others, find ways to care about other people, to love other people, to serve other people, to truly get to know those that are close to you. So think about your friends, think about your family members, think about, you know, all of the people that are in your life, and how can you best serve them? How can you make life more about them and less about you? And I really do feel like if you do that, if you can put a concerted effort into doing that, that our problems are still going to be there, but you know what? It'll be a little easier to deal with whatever it is we have to deal with on a personal level. It makes things a little bit more doable, and and we get to focus on other people and lightening their load and being there for them. So I hope that you guys enjoyed those two stories. As I thought about this episode and I really thought about what I wanted to share about living the life, I just wanted to make sure that that came across for all of you out there as well. So, as we welcome in the new year, I wish you and your loved ones a happy, healthy, and fulfilling year ahead. My hope is that you too will choose to truly live the life, and I think that as you do, you will just see great success throughout the year. Let us know also. Put it in the comments. What is your word going to be for 2026? Or what is your phrase that you can use for 2026? The last 3 or 4 years, all of mine have been in Latin. And it's actually a great conversation starter, because when my phone is laying there and it comes up, you can see it. Oh, you can see it, and it's pretty awesome. And it's actually a good conversation starter. And people will always say, "Well, what does Vive Vitam mean?" I can tell them, "Oh, it's Latin for live the life." And then I can go on and tell them about live the life. I can tell them how it's a book, right? I can tell them it's a book and how they can get a copy of the book. You guys know how to get a copy of the book, but I will put the description in the link in the description, not the description in the link, but the link in the description. You guys can check it out. It has had such an effect on my life that my business logo is LTL. It's Live the Life. My book is Live the Life. My first book. My podcast is called Live Life Podcast. So it's had a big effect on my life, and it's taken a lot of years for me to finally like come all the way around to actually having Live the Life be my kind of my motive, my inspiration, and my like center of focus for the year. So I hope that you guys will also come up with one. And like I said, feel free to put it in the comments, share it with me, and then go out and actually do it. I highly recommend too that whatever it is that you put it somewhere where you can see it every day. Maybe write it on the bathroom mirror, or have have it in your car or in the office or just somewhere where you can see it. I used to do all those things, but now that we have phones, it's literally the background and my wallpaper. Because I mean, let's face it, how many times do you tap on your phone to use your phone? And then it's always there. And then even when you swipe up and get to where you're going, it's still there. So it's a constant reminder to just live the life. So, anyways, I hope that you guys will take that charge and go out and make it happen for yourselves. I think that you'll see some great results, and I think that you'll see that your life has a little bit more purpose and a little bit more direction, and makes doing everything else just a little tiny bit easier. So, um, wish you guys a wonderful new year. Next week, we will be talking about how New Year's resolutions are a bunch of crap. So stay tuned for that, because I do have some really good thoughts about that. And we're going to talk about it still in the month of January, because come January 31st, or I guess February 1st, right? Come February 1st, most people have moved past their resolutions, and so we'll talk a little bit about how not to have that happen, how to avoid that, so you can stay focused on your goals and the things that you're trying to achieve throughout the entire year, and not just lose focus or lose motivation, passion, what else? Drive to accomplish those things, because they are important. So, anyway, so anything else? What do you think about Live the Life?
Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. And hey, you know what? If Sophie thinks it's
Pretty cool.
pretty cool, then it must be pretty cool. So, if you guys like the content, please, you guys know what to do. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe to the channel. We'd love to be able to grow the channel more than we did in 2025. So, tell your friends about the channel. Tell your family members. Have them listen, and engage with us, interact with us on comments or what have you, and love to see your thoughts and what you guys are thinking out there. So till next time, don't forget, live the life.